My boyfriend, 38M, of 4 years paid for intercourse. What should I, 30F, do? Advice. He paid a trans, MTF, sex worker $200 for penetrative, anal sex. He had met her at a hotel, and left after 10 minutes, he states. He said he wore a condom, had no other sexual interaction with her, other than anal, and couldn't come or stay hard, so he left. Rewind to how I found out, through his recently deleted messages. He had gotten drunk with his friends this past weekend and starting acting strange when I picked him up at a bar he got dropped off at. On the ride home, he went apeshit and kept trying to take off his seatbelt and opening the passenger door. I knew something was up. We got home and he ended up running away and left his phone behind. Me, thinking that maybe he did some drugs, I picked up his phone from the passenger seat to find out if that was true. Curiosity got the best of me and I opened up his recently deleted messages. A random number with multiple attachments and a video stood out. And lo and behold, there was his conversation with the sex worker. In the messages he stated it was his first time, and was experimenting. He sent her a shower selfie and confirmed a time to meet her, before he had to go into work. After said interaction he messaged her saying that the intercourse left him so hot and horny, she suggested another round, and he said when he had more. These messages were all from the same day, but she did message him 2 days later 4 pictures of herself. No response from him, but this was the same day he went drinking with his buddies. I have been crying and arguing with him about how devastating this all is. How could he put my health at risk, I ask him. How could 4 years together not be more valuable than a sexual interaction with a complete stranger? Was he never going to tell me, and the cherry on top, he was going to keep doing it too? This man has given me the most unconditional love and we've been through a lot of growing pains. I thought we were in such a beautiful place in our relationship that he would have at least sat down and talked to me about his sexual desires. I will admit 2 years back, I found out he was watching trans porn. But when I asked him if this is what he wanted physically he said, no, it's just a fantasy. Same when I found an escort site on his phone that he denied he would ever pay for sex and was just looking and laughing, I believed him. He seemed so selfless and honest and on love with me. The red flags were present but I ignored my predictions. I foresaw the scenario, but I kept thinking I was being paranoid. But breaking up with this man I share a home with is harder than I thought it would be. I still have love for him and my anger is practically non-existent. I always thought I would burn the house down if I ever caught him cheating, but I would rather hold him and cry. He tells me that he messaged her back only to feel confident and didn't want to see her again. But I just have a hard time believing that. He said the sex wasn't worth it, but I don't know if I can believe he wasn't satisfied. Apparently, it wasn't what he expected. But how true is his statement? Does anyone have advice? Advice? Find a faithful man and get an STD test. You walk away and get tested. What the actual fuck? He's so full of crap. He lied to you because those messages he sent to her is how he felt. He didn't stop after 10 minutes, in fact he's just a broke guy who couldn't spend $200 again. Leave him. He will 100% do it again. Didn't even read the full message. What are you doing, girl? Get the FCK out of that relationship, for your own sake. As if that will be the only time he will do that. I mean how humiliating that is, that he cheated on you, lies about it and pretty much expects you to forgive him. How will you ever be able to trust this guy? Do you really want to be together with someone who literally doesn't respect you at all? F21, is there a possibility that my boss, M50, isn't a creep and means nothing wrong? I don't know if my supervisor, M50, is a creep or just really nice. My question is there a possibility that he just means nothing wrong? I can understand that it may look inappropriate but I just want to make sure that there isn't a possibility that he just means nothing wrong. My supervisor is very social but lately it's been different. He put his hand on my knee, for like 20–30 seconds, on multiple occasions or his hand in my neck. He also gives me compliments like you have pretty long eyelashes and you look gorgeous. He also texts me with throwing kisses emojis on multiple occasions. He also texted me on a Friday night to ask if I already curled my hair for a party. He knew that I had a party and that I wanted to curl it because I just bought a new curling iron, and he just texts me random sometimes. He also made remarks about my body that I look more grown than before and that he liked it. I thought that was weird so I asked him what he meant by that. But he said he meant that my face was a little bit bigger. I don't know if that's true because I didn't see a big chance in my face. Last time I was with my supervisor and a male colleague and he gave him a high five, but he didn't give me one. Instead he hugged me and put his hand on my back. It can just be that he is very social and a flirty person of nature. He's not always like this, but I'm RN just naming all the weird parts. He can be normal at other times. He wants me to work there after my internship. I DK what he wants because he's not always like this. Other days he can be normal. BTW, he is married. Too long did not read. Is it possible that he is just being nice in a weird way without being a creep? That's a creep. He's being wildly inappropriate. None of what you're describing is innocent. He's a predatory creep. At best, he's a sexist pig. I'm a 40-year-old male who has managed multiple younger females. This dude is an absolute creep who shouldn't be in a management role. No, he is 100% a creep. I have worked for my boss for 10 years. She has never once touched me while we were working together because that is a completely unnecessary thing to do. He is a creep. The hands on you is the proof. Document and report to HR. My 20 female boyfriend, 23 male, pushed me down the stairs and continues to joke about it occasionally. We've been together for a year now. Back in October we were in an argument and I was right by the stairs and he pushed me. According to him, he wasn't trying to push me down the stairs, he was just trying to push me. I flew down all the steps and busted my lip open. Thankfully I didn't get more hurt, but now I have a scar on my lip from this. He hasn't done anything too seriously abusive like that since, except for throwing stuff at me as we were arguing in the car as he was driving, which scared me a lot. But that was in December. Anyways, sometimes he will joke about it, and yesterday when we were going up the stairs he jokingly grabbed me and pulled me back a little, while saying in a jokingly way that he'll throw me down the stairs again if I keep acting up. Honestly, I don't get how someone can just joke about something like that. It's beyond me. It's not funny in any way, and I've been putting up with the jokes just laughing it off. But when he made the gesture of pretending he was gonna throw me down the stairs, that kinda triggered me, because the situation was traumatic, so it bothered me a lot. I didn't say that to him though because he probably would have just told me that I can't take a joke like he always does. I know these are red flags, but I wanna believe he will change and be better. I have very bad attachment issues and abandonment issues, which makes it very difficult for me to choose to leave him. I moved to another state just to be with him, and I love him a lot. I want to believe that he loves me. I feel like he loves me. I just don't know how to feel about this. This is abuse. What seems like nothing will turn into something more serious. I've been there. Get away. You have to get out of this relationship. You are in danger. He is not joking about his violence towards you, he is reminding you that he will hurt you if you dare to disagree with him. It will happen again. It will worse. Please find a way out. If you don't leave this man, he will either kill you, or give you brain damage then leave you. So either dead, or brain damaged and alone. I just don't know how to feel about this. Yeah, you do, leave him. Why the fuck are you still with a man who pushed you down the stairs? You need to get in touch with a shelter or something if you don't have trusted support people around you. Like you said, you know he is a walking red flag, and you need to get away from him. He will not change. You are putting yourself in danger. He thinks it's funny to scare you and laugh at a traumatic and violent incident that he did to you. It's disgusting. Please stay safe. My GF, 24 female, told me, 25 male, that my opinion means nothing to her. My girlfriend and I have been dating for close to 3 years. As a preface to this story, my girlfriend has always struggled with self-esteem issue and I have always been there through the highs and lows of our relationship. We went out to the bars with her 3 friends and guys were hitting on her friends and not her when they were getting drinks. Keep in mind that I am at the bar with her, just at the time I was sitting and waiting for her to come back. She started crying because she was excluded from shots with the guys that were buying drinks for her friends. She said to me, "Don't compliment me. I hate it when you compliment me," something about hearing that made me start thinking about our entire relationship. Like the weight of the person that you love the most telling you that your opinion meant nothing to them made me hurt so bad. After a stunned 10 seconds of silence, I collected myself and proceeded with the night like normal. Although I felt a little bad the rest of the night, but this is clearly not a place where my emotions should come first. I'm just confused on what this means. Should I be taking this as heavy as I am? It hurt to hear and I'm still thinking about it a week later. Is this a situation where I'm allowed to feel concern? Or should I just let it go and try my best to support her? Seems to me she's insecure and immature. She doesn't want your kind words because she doesn't believe you and thinks you're just trying to soothe her. She needs some therapy. That sounds exhausting. To publicly break down and cry because strangers didn't buy her a shot while her boyfriend is standing right there is a first-class crazy. If her self-esteem is that low, she needs a therapist, not a boyfriend. I'd have walked out when she started crying. Sounds like she has major self-esteem issues. She wants the attention of other men to make herself feel better. She thinks if other men won't give her attention, she's not attractive and desirable. That's very bad when you're in a relationship. She needs therapy to work on her issues. I had a girlfriend like this for 4 years. It was 24/7 me keeping her in a good mood. It was exhausting. It ended when she cheated because some random at a party showed interest in her. In my experience, women like this don't give a lot of weight to a compliment from a BF. Because BFS are expected to compliment them. So your 1,000 compliments are worth one guy hitting on her. But if you don't compliment them enough, they get really insecure, depressed, or just mean. Suggest she get into some therapy and then make her your ex-GF.